Alright, hey, welcome to GothCast. This is Dr. Sanders, and today I'm going to be talking about Sisters of Mercy's Floodland. Released out of 1987, this was a very different album than First, Last, and Always, and I kind of got to talk about some of the band stuff to kind of give you an idea where they're coming from. So, in 1985, First, Last, and Always was released, and if you watch my review of that album, I love it. I absolutely... it's one of the albums that got me into goth and one of the most classic albums in my opinion. But in the time when they were touring for First, Last, and Always, there was a lot of band animosity and all this stuff, so they broke up essentially. And if you know anything about that, then you know that most of the members went on to form The Mission, and Andrew Eldritch went on to form a new version of the Sisters of Mercy. And he most famously recruited bassist Patricia Morrison from the Gun Club. Kind of went in a different direction. And I love Floodland so much. I can't stress that enough. I will compare it to First, Last, and Always because that is, you know, one of my favorite albums and it is the first album they released. But I do want to say first off, I really do enjoy Floodland a lot. The songs on this album are much bigger sounding than First, Last, and Always. They have this very anthem-y type feel, especially songs like Dominion, Lucretia, this Corrosion. Definitely on purpose to try and get hits out there, and it really works though. And the videos for them are amazing. I know that Andrew Eldritch has constantly denied being goth in many interviews, and
a picture of you as the king of goth and black hair, as you don't have anymore.
No, I don't. That's not really my picture. I have to go a long way to prove the point. I very, very, very rarely appear on stage in black clothes because I just know what people are going to say about the records, because there's a lot of lazy reactions to my work based on a false interpretation of what I wear.
Was hältst du denn von Alien Sex Fiend?
Nie gehört.
Nie gehört. Nie vorher gehört.
Hat was mit den Gruftis zu tun, oder?
Mit Gruftis, genau.
Tja.
Was hältst du denn überhaupt von Gruftis?
Ziemlich blöd, ne? Die Grufti-Szene, meine ich.
Ja? Ja, die berufen sich aber alle so ein bisschen auf dich. Also nicht, dass du so...
Echt?
Ja, echt.
Wieso denn?
doesn't like the term goth and all that stuff. I think that's why probably in Dominion he chose like the white suit and everything and was kind of trying to downplay the look that he had for First, Last, and Always era, and he went even crazier with the Vision thing, you know, music videos and stuff like that. But the sound on this album is very anthemy. It has a sort of epic, catchy feel. You can definitely tell he was trying to find the hooks of each song and make them as memorable and catchy as possible. I really did enjoy that side of it. I mean, I know that, you know, reviewing music you're supposed to be like, oh, you know, I don't like catchy elements. I don't like, you know, I want the most soulful thing on earth. This album is not the most soulful album ever, but it does have this very big energy to it, and the production, if for being a big album, it really works in its favor because these songs are really well written and they just play to the strengths of it. Even the softer song, 1959, which is the 80s ballad sort of thing, I think it works because Andrew Eldritch's voice kind of plays up the delicate piano, and it just has a sort of more intimate feel, which is something, you know, we don't see from the Sisters of Mercy as much. It's all about being spooky and you know, super goth or really big, and later it would be this sort of well, you know, when I talk about Vision thing, I'll talk about what it became. But one of my biggest criticisms for Floodland isn't really about the album itself. It's that I don't listen to this album as much because I listen to First, Last, and Always more, and I know a lot more people really enjoy Floodland for what it is, and because it has these really sort of amazing goth anthems. Especially this Corrosion is like played all the time, non-stop in clubs, and I do really like that element of it, but I just like the kind of more stripped down version of Sisters of Mercy from First Last and Always. It feels more like a band dynamic in that, and yeah, it's pretty much an entirely different group of songwriters who are making music, but I really preferred that album's sort of sparseness. I preferred the more guitar oriented, you know, with the 12 strings and all that stuff. And that's actually why I really like the Mission's Gods of Medicine, which is what the Sisters of Mercy members went to go do. But you really can't go wrong with Floodland if you're looking for classic, epic goth music, because it has like all these sort of epic goth anthems and super powerful songs like LUCRETIA, My Reflection, and you know, Flood 1 and Flood 2. You really can't go wrong. It's not really a bad song on the album. But I know that some people prefer First, Last, and Always to Floodland, and yeah, I am one of those people, but I see the merit in both of these albums and that they're super amazing. And it makes a lot of sense that some people have their favorite from them because they are extremely different. I hope that made sense. I'm not saying I don't like Floodland, I'm just saying, you know, it's very different from First, Last, and Always. There is the controversy with this tour and Patricia Morrison's treatment. Andrew Eldritch, I mean, pretty much every band member Andrew Eldritch ever worked with, he has kind of negatively impacted, and Patricia Morrison said that she was being paid like pretty much nothing when she was doing this, and he said that she couldn't play music and was just hired because she looked a certain way. And yeah, Patricia Morrison is very beautiful. She was one of the pioneering goths for the look of goth, you know, the big hair, the white face makeup, everything like that. And he said some very mean things about her. It's really sad that this album does have that sort of baggage attached to it, but it is amazing. So never stop listening to Floodland. I know that it's always spinning somewhere at some goth night, someplace foggy. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and my look at Floodland and how awful Andrew Eldritch is to people. And you can like, comment, subscribe, and stay